Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Left.
It is a proud Boise State tradition to honor our graduates who are active military or veterans. Please look for the red, white, and blue honor cords signifying our military veterans. We also want to remember the men and women who, in the service of our country, are deployed around the world. To honor all those who serve and sacrifice for the freedoms we treasure, we offer this moment of silent reflection. Well, good morning and welcome to the 104th graduation ceremony for Boise State University. Please be seated, everyone. Please be seated. Please be seated. We are so delighted to see such a large turnout of family and friends. Please join me in acknowledging Yong Soo Park on violin, Peggy Purdy on piano, the City of Trees, pipes and drums, the Boise Police Department, and our own Boise State ROTC for that beautiful introduction to today's ceremony. Graduates, congratulations on reaching this important milestone in your lives. Today, we recognize the tremendous investment that you've made in your quest to obtain your degree. We know that this route has not likely been without its twists and turns and has often required you to defer the enjoyment of the moment for the long-term goal of getting to this day. Call it sacrifice, commitment, challenge, curiosity, or just plain tenacity. You dedicated yourselves to the life of expanding the mind, and today we celebrate your arrival. Please remember, though, that your educational journey is not over. We sincerely hope that the foundation of learning that you acquired at Boise State has ignited a passion for learning that will last a lifetime. Of course, your arrival at this juncture of your lives did not happen without a great deal of support from family and friends. So if I may, moms and dads, husbands and wives, brothers, sisters, children's, grandparents, in-laws, aunts and uncles, and all significant friends, please stand now so the graduates can express their gratitude for all the support you have given them. Thank you. We are honored today to have a member of the State Board of Trustees with us. Our board members are appointed by the governor and volunteer their time to set policy for all of public education in Idaho, including serving as trustees for Boise State University. We feel fortunate to have a board so deeply committed to the highest quality education for Idaho's college and university students. And I am pleased to introduce the member who is with us this morning. Dr. Linda Clark spent 43 years as an Idaho educator, retiring after serving 11 years as superintendent of the West Ada School District. She has a Bachelor of Arts degree from Boise State University, a master's from University of Idaho, and a doctorate from University of San Francisco. She has received several awards for her work in digital instruction. In addition to the Idaho State Board of Education, where she recently completed a term as president, Dr. Clark serves as a board member for numerous organizations throughout Idaho. Trustee Clark will provide greetings from the board.
Thank you, President Schimpf. It is an honor to represent the Idaho State Board of Education here today. On behalf of my colleagues, graduates, I am delighted to congratulate you on your accomplishments. You will leave this ceremony today with a sound educational foundation, well prepared to meet the future. We anticipate seeing great things from all of you as you take your newly acquired skills and knowledge into the world. And of course, our sincerest appreciation and gratitude go out to your families, your friends, and all who have supported you on your journey of learning and growth. We honor them here today as we honor you, graduates. As you leave Boise State, I urge you to join me in actively supporting education, the greatest tool we have for lifting people up and changing the world for the better. Please start by joining your Alumni Association, and then extend your support in other ways to our public schools, our community colleges and technical schools, and colleges and universities. Your continued personal commitment and support for education will make it possible for others to enjoy access to the world of opportunities that your Boise State education has opened for you. Congratulations to each of you, best wishes, and go Broncos.
Thank you, Dr. Clark, for your words and for your continued dedication to education across Idaho. Well, Boise State has experienced significant enrollment growth in recent years. With nearly 28,000 students served annually, we confront many of the challenges that any large public university struggles with today. Our faculty and staff not only serve more students each year, they spend time enhancing our academic offerings and developing new academic programs. Their extraordinary accomplishments contribute directly to the value of the degree that you receive today. So it's with great pleasure that we acknowledge the university vice presidents, deans, head of the faculty senate, and the faculty present today. Dr. Tony Rourke, interim provost and vice president for academic affairs. Ms. Randy McDermott, vice president and chief operating officer. Mr. Mark Heil, vice president and chief financial officer. Dr. Harold Blackman, interim vice president for research and economic development. Mr. Richard Frisch, interim vice president for university advancement. Dr. Leslie Webb, vice president for student affairs and enrollment management. And Dr. Martin Orr, faculty senate president. Provost Rourke, will you please come forward and introduce the academic deans of the university?
Thank you, President Schimpf. It's my honor to introduce the academic deans of the university. Dr. Tammy Vakahazi, Dean, Graduate College. Dr. Leslie Durham, Interim Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Richard Osgathorpe, Dean, College of Education. Dr. Corey Cook, Dean, School of Public Service. Mr. Mark Wheeler, Dean, Extended Studies. Professor Tracy Bicknell Holmes, Dean, Albertsons Library, and Dr. Andrew Finstuen, Dean, Honors College, and Interim Vice President for Undergraduate Studies. Let me also take a moment to commend our faculty whose efforts guided these graduates to successful completion of their programs of study. Many of them are seated behind the stage today. The university wishes to express a very special thank you to these individuals for their dedicated service to the students, alumni, community, and university. Please join me in thanking our faculty. This occasion also serves as a time to recognize faculty members who are retiring. This spring, we have 10 faculty members who are entering retirement and who are being honored by their colleagues as emeriti faculty. Joining us this morning are Dr. Mark Plew, Professor, Department of Anthropology, 36 years of service. Dr. David Saunders, Professor, Department of Music, 22 years of service. Dr. Penny Siebert, Professor, Department of Psychological Science, 28 years of service. And Dr. Linda Marie Zaire, Professor, Department of English, 31 years of service. We express a grateful thank you to all of our emeriti faculty for their dedicated service to the students, alumni community, and our university. Once again, please join me in applauding the efforts of our emeriti faculty.
It is customary for Boise State to confer an honorary doctoral degree upon a deserving individual each spring at this ceremony. An honorary doctorate is awarded to recognize an individual of outstanding accomplishment in scholarship, creativity, public service, education, and human welfare. We are proud of this tradition and the significance it holds for all of us. Today's honoree is especially deserving, and we are thrilled to have him with us today. Hamdi Ulukaya is a founder and CEO of Chobani Yogurt, one of the largest, fastest growing food companies in the past decade, and a pioneer for the natural food movement. Raised in a dairy farming family in East Turkey, Mr. Ulukaya launched Chobani in 2007 with the vision of making food more accessible. In less than 5 years, Chobani became the #1 selling Greek yogurt brand in the US. In 2017, Chobani was named to Fortune's Change the World list of companies. And last year, it was honored with a Salute to Greatness Award by the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change. Hamdi Ulukaya has made helping people and having a positive impact on the communities a priority for Chobani. From its beginning, the company has donated a portion of its profits to charitable causes, many of them in Idaho and New York, where its products are made. A champion of reducing income and wealth inequality nationwide, Mr. Ulukaya advocated to increase the minimum wage in New York, which ultimately became law. He also implemented a groundbreaking profit-sharing program for the company's 2,000 employees. And he took a rare step in the manufacturing industry to institute a 6-week, fully paid parental leave program of the company's mothers and fathers. In 2016, Ulukaya launched the Chobani Food Incubator to mentor and support socially responsible food entrepreneurs and further deliver on the company's mission to provide better food for more people. A devoted humanitarian, he founded the Tent Partnership for Refugees to mobilize the private sector to improve the lives and livelihoods of the more than 25 million refugees around the globe. He also signed the Giving Pledge and committed the majority of his personal wealth to the cause. For these efforts, he was named an eminent advocate by the United Nations Refugee Agency and received the United Nations Foundation Global Leadership Award, among other recognitions. Mr. Ulukaya was also named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people in the world for his work on the refugee crisis and his innovative approach to business. Hamdi Ulukaya has demonstrated a lifelong dedication to serving customers and providing opportunities for thousands to flourish under his leadership. I am very pleased to bestow upon him this degree, an honorary doctorate of humane letters for contributions to human welfare from Boise State University. Wow.
Thank you, Interim President Schimpf, members of the board, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the most of all, to the graduates. Let me be the first to say, congratulations to the Boise State class of 2019. This is amazing. I am so honored to be with you as your graduation speaker. When I got this PhD now, it's unbelievable. I can't believe I'm here. A guy who grew up with a shepherd in the mountains of Turkey comes to this country, makes yogurt, gets a PhD, and speaks to all the graduates. I mean, wait. I gotta take a picture of this thing. hold on. It's unbelievable. You know, just to think about it. Here I am. I stand a Kurd from Turkey who sold his first cup of Greek yogurt to a Jewish deli, a kosher deli, right? Speaking in a state known for potatoes, in an arena called tacos. Honestly, that's as American as it gets. You heard interim president say that I'm an American immigrant to America. I grew up as the son of farmers in the mountains of Turkey. Most of you grew up here in Idaho. Do you know the difference between us? Timing. Your grandparents got here before me. But I found the same magic in the soil here that they did. 8 years ago, I didn't know what Idaho was or where it was. But today, I have a place here. I have a business here. I have 1,000 employees here who are my brothers and sisters. The stunning beauty of this place, the high mountains, the desert, the water, the sun, the wind, is second to none. But here's what I have learned. The beauty of the people here is even greater. The dignity, your hard work, and your spirit all inspire me. Idaho strong means America strong. That's true. And here's something I've learned about this school. Boise State graduates aren't just the best Idaho has to offer. You are some of the best that America has to offer. You should be as proud of that fact as your family is proud of you right now. Isn't that right, Mom and Dad? And speaking of the moms, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers right here today. So yes, I found magic in the soil here. I mean that literally. The place I live, 2 hours south of here, is known as the Magic Valley. How it got its name is pretty incredible. But most importantly, it has a unique message as you start your journey today. You know, before it was known as Magic Valley, it was called Sagebrush Plains. It's true. It was so dry that a magazine called it one of the most desolate spots on earth. Very few live there. Travelers from California will cross through it as fast as they can. But in the late 1800s, one guy decided to stay. His name was Ira B. Perrine. His friends called him Bert. He was a farmer and a rancher. He was attracted to river that ran through the land. People thought he was crazy. They said, it's a desert. Nothing will ever grow here. Everybody knows that. But Bert had a different idea. He said, see that river? It's got all the water we need. He said, we're going to build a dam on that river, and then we're going to build a big canal, 80 feet wide, 10 feet deep. We're going to divert that water from the river, and we're going to use it to irrigate the entire valley. You know what? That's exactly what Bert Perrine did. He got loans, he got the state behind him, he got the community to help him. All together, they irrigate the 250,000 acres. Bert Perrine is the reason for Magic Valley. Here's the reason why Idaho today is America's most diverse food basket. So why do I tell you this story? Because Bert Perrine challenged conventional wisdom. He didn't listen to the voices of the others. He didn't follow the travelers just passed through. He listened to the voice inside him and made it all the difference. Graduates, the world you're entering today is overrun by conventional wisdom. It'll tell you how to think, it'll tell you how to act, it'll tell you what you can do, what you cannot do, it'll tell you who you are, who you cannot be. This conventional wisdom is constant, it's oppressive, it's paralyzing. And in my experience, it's always totally and completely 100% wrong. It's always been. It's like my favorite poet, Rumi, who grew up where I grew up in Turkey, said, conventional opinion is the ruin of souls. Guess when he wrote that? 700 years ago. And he's still right. In my career, I haven't had much of a use for conventional wisdom. Back in 2005, I was running a small cheese company in upstate New York. I got a flyer in the mail and said, fully equipped yogurt plant for sale. I throw it in the garbage can. 15 minutes later, I picked it up. I called the number. The plant was 85 years old. The flyer was saying, fully equipped yogurt plant for sale. And there's some pictures, and 85 years old, and it was closing. So I went to see it. When I saw it, I just didn't realize it was an old factory, it was a time machine. This plant had been there in the center of this community for 85 years. People had left for wars from there. They raised families. They bragged about home runs and report cards. Now it was closing. Because of a CEO with a spreadsheet somewhere looked at the numbers and listened to the conventional wisdom and decided to close the plant without even seeing it. But I saw it. They closed it without even seeing the people. But I saw them. There were 55 of them. Their only job was to close the plant. Yet, there was no crying, just doing their jobs with grace, with no anger. But I got angry. I wondered if this is how they're closing this factory. I wonder what they would do if I open it. So on my way home, I called Mario. You know, there are always Marios. So I called Mario, I said, he's my attorney. And he said, Mario, I want to buy this plant. He said, Hamdi, one of the largest food company in the world closing this plant. They're getting out of yogurt business. Who the hell are you to make it work? Mario was the voice of conventional wisdom. I said, you're right. But then later on, I called him again. I said, no, really, I want to buy it. He said, Hamdi, you have no money. You haven't even paid me in the last 6 months. Which was true. But by August 2005, I had the keys for this old factory. I started hiring back 4 of the original 55 workers, and then 20 later, and then 100 more after that. I put my faith in them. We worked side by side on that plant floor every day throughout the holidays and weekends to fix that plant. And thanks to their hard work, by our 5th year, we were billion in sales, #1 Greek yogurt in the country. The best part of Chobani for me is this: the same exact people who were given up on were the ones build it back 100 times better than before. And today, they all have a financial stake in the company. But by then, we were growing so fast, we had to build second yogurt factory. Conventional wisdom came into the play again. It said, don't go to small towns or rural communities. Instead, go near the big cities. See what you can get from them. Big tax breaks, financial incentives. That thinking said Idaho was on nobody's radar. It was too small, too rural. It couldn't offer big tax breaks. The truth to be told, other states were offering us a lot more. I didn't care. I just wanted to find a place where Chobani could make a difference for the community, where we felt like we belonged. So I came to Idaho. They said, you're going to meet with Butch Otter and Brad Little. I had never met a governor and lieutenant governor before in my life, right? So I walk into this room. There's this big hat. It's a really big hat. Like I've never seen a hat that big before. It was Governor Butch. He held out his hand and said, hello to me in Turkish. I thought, this is going to be all right. Then I met Brad Little, then a lieutenant governor. We talked about sheep farming, Idaho plains. I told them, honestly, I said, I want to build this plant really fast. I don't want to deal with bureaucracy. Governor Bush said, you're fast, we'll be faster than you. So, okay. I went to meet with some community members and some farmers. We broke bread. We talked about farms. We talked about their families. We talked about Johnny Cash. I really like his music. They said, we are not the biggest state, but we have the biggest heart. If you give us a chance, you won't be sorry you did it. We shook hands. I went back home and I said, I don't need to see the financial studies. We belong in Idaho. I want to build it in Idaho. And that's exactly what we did. We didn't build any old yogurt plant. We built the biggest, most advanced yogurt plant in the world. It's the size of 12 football fields. The pipes that we weld alone, it would go from Idaho to Chicago. 2,000 people worked in every day. We actually designed the plant as we built it. Governor Bush said, they would be fast. How is this so fast? We broke ground in January 20th, and we opened it in December in just 11 months later. We broke all the records. 6 years later, for every job Chobani has created, 7 to 10 local jobs have been created. New schools are opening. The downtown is thriving. It's beautiful. As we've grown, Boise State has been there in every step of the way, running workshops, helping with R&D, lending its talent and expertise. But there's one thing I haven't done it yet. I promised Governor Bush that I would make a yogurt with potato. I haven't done it yet. I'm working on it. But now we're doubling down. In the next few months, in next 2 months, I'm proud to say we are opening a new global innovation center at the Chobani factory in the Magic Valley. And there's nothing I love more than sitting in my office there, looking at these gorgeous mountains with the sun shining on my face, thinking, building in Idaho is one of the best decisions I've ever made. And I tell other business leaders, if you wanted to build in a beautiful place where life is good, where people are special, and where handshake really means something, then you should come to Idaho, because you'll never be sorry that you did it. Class of 2019, that's my story. It's time for you to write your story. You know what conventional wisdom says? To be success, you have to move to a big city. Far from home, leave your family and friends behind. But challenging conventional wisdom is now part of you. It comes with your diploma. After all, you're graduating from a school so willing to follow its own path that it has a courage to ask, who says the grass has to be green? My advice to you is this: don't listen to what others are telling you to do. Don't let by the sound of other voices. Instead, listen to that voice inside. Trust your gut and find a place where you belong. It might be a big city, it might be back east, or it might be across the world. Believe me, I understand. I followed that voice away from home too. But I'm living proof you don't have to go to a big city to find a big opportunity. Opportunity is where you make it. But no matter where you go, my journey and the Chobani journey has taught me something very, very special. What matters most in business and in life is the difference you make for other people. It's the difference you make for your family, for your community, for your country, and for the world. So class of 2019, you're about to walk up here and get your diploma. As you walk off the stage, as much as it's exciting, you might feel something you don't expect. You might feel a little worried, a little hesitant, a little fear about the future. That the world is so big and you're so small. Nothing could be further from the truth. You were made for this moment. Your families raised you to succeed. This school had taught you everything that you need. This state, this very land, and the air here have given you a strong work ethic, filled you with human spirit. The truth is, you couldn't be more ready. As Rumi wrote, it's time to unfold your own myth. Just like that river that Bert Perrine found, just like that magic that created that magic valley, that power is now part of you. I can't wait to see what you do with it. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hamdi. Thank you so much for those words of inspiration. It's another honored tradition at Boise State to feature a student speaker at each commencement. For those of us on the stage, this is traditionally a moment in the ceremony that leaves us just awed and amazed at what the depth and the breadth of what these students can accomplish while they're earning an undergraduate degree here at Boise State. Madeline Fluharty graduates cum laude with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Visual Arts with an emphasis in sculpture. Her strong work ethic and ambitious nature shine through an exemplary performance both in and out of the classroom. Since 2013, Ms. Fluharty has been honing her sculpting skills under one of the greatest living American sculptors in the United States, Boise State Professor of the Practice Benjamin Victor in his studio here on campus. As a sculpting assistant, Madeline has contributed to the creation of many monumental works of art in clay, cast in molten bronze, and placed all over the world, as well as on the Boise State campus. Here on campus, she worked on the bronze statue of Steve Appleton, the Boise State alumnus and former CEO of Micron, which now stands in front of the Micron Business and Economic Building, and on the statue of legendary football coach Lyle Smith, who's honored in a bronze outside Albertson Stadium. Madeline also helped to create the 3-foot bronze replica of the Boise State seal that's located outside the Alumni and Friends Center. Madeline has received national accolades for her work in the classroom and out of the classroom. In 2017, she received the Marble Carving Workshop Scholarship. Last year, she was one of 7 students in the nation that was awarded a Figurative Art Convention and Expo Scholarship to attend the International Convention in Williamsburg, Virginia. Her next chapter is to remain in Boise to work full-time at the Benjamin Victor Studio, perfecting the skills that she acquired as a student. Her aspirations include opening her own studio, we hope, in the Treasure Valley. Lily Lee, an assistant professor in the Department of Art, Design, and Visual Studies, had this to say: Madeline is a true Bronco. She approaches her work with a balance of enthusiasm and seriousness, propelled by hard work and zeal. I have been impressed by how she transcends expectations with determination and vigor. She is a unique student who has forged her own pathway, navigating her degree program and career goals to position herself for a long and productive career in sculpture. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your commencement speaker, Madeline Fluharty.
Thank you, Dr. Schimpf. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here with you all today, and I want to congratulate every graduate here for making it to this point. So growing up, my speech teacher, Mrs. Glassell, nicknamed me Motormouth because I talked so fast. So I'm going to do my best not to live up to that nickname today, but no promises. Graduating from college is no small task, and you should be so proud of the many years of hard work, sleepless nights, and ramen noodle meals it's taken to get to this point. For the record, I never actually ate any ramen noodle meals in the last 4 years, but it seemed pretty collegey, so I figured I'd include it. I also want to thank all the families, friends, and faculty who are here to love and support us all. Without this amazing support system, we would not be where we are today. On that note, I want to give a quick thank you to my mom and my dad, and my sisters, and Millie and Zach for loving me and encouraging me to love others and do what I'm passionate about. Thank you to the faculty for encouraging us to pursue our dreams and equipping us with the necessary knowledge and skills to accomplish what we are setting out to do. So a quick background about myself is that I was raised in Minnesota, don't you know? And yes, it is pronounced bag. So I grew up in Minnesota where I was, first of all, freezing cold because it snows approximately 11 months out of the year. But I also grew up very safe and comfortable. Upon my decision to move out to Idaho in 2014 to pursue an education and career in sculpting, I realized something about myself. Although I was very excited for this next step in life, I was very afraid. Over the next few years, my fears didn't stop there. I was afraid of meeting new people, afraid of becoming the proverbial starving artist, afraid of being a female in a mainly male-dominated field, afraid of quiet, afraid of letting my guard down, of not being a hard worker, afraid of not being loved. The list goes on and on. This speech was actually really easy to write because all I had to think about was everything I was afraid of. Fear is crippling. It holds us back from pursuing the things and the people we love in this very short life that we get to live. My good friend Marielle always tells me, Maddie, your comfort zone is your failure zone. Now, this next stage of life might seem daunting and unclear. The great thing about college is that it's basically been 4 years of planned out life. But we don't get that luxury anymore. So now it's up to us to choose how we go about this next chapter in life. Although I don't have any more life experience than the rest of you, I want to encourage us all to be bold. Boldly pursue the things you're passionate about. Fight complacency. Work hard and develop grit. It's something that seems to be lost in our society today. Be bold even in your weaknesses. Vulnerability with the people around you might seem like a scary thing, but it's in those times that love grows and strengthens and replaces fear. It's in these times of vulnerability that support systems are built, giving us a group of people who can help us in achieving our dreams, giving love and encouragement in the times when we might feel lowest. One of my favorite quotes to the actress Anne Hathaway, as she played Mia Thermopolis in the movie The Princess Diaries, is this: "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something is more important than fear. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all." Mia Thermopolis became a princess. So if that's not reason enough to choose courage over fear, then I'm not sure what is. So graduates of 2019, take a few seconds and think about what it is that you're afraid of. A general rule that I've tried to set up for myself is this: that thing that I'm most afraid of doing, yeah, I should probably do that. To be honest, that's the reason that I'm standing in front of you today. So as we go forward from here and begin this exciting new chapter in life, I want to encourage us to be bold. Be bold in attacking life. Be bold in how you love the people around you, putting their needs before your own. Be bold in the way you use your talents and passions. Be bold in speaking truth, regardless of the circumstances. Be bold in approaching that person sitting alone. Be bold in vulnerability, reaching out to the people around you for help, and in return, be willing and glad to care for those who need your help. Whatever it is you set your mind to do it to the best of your ability. Life is short and can change so quickly, but we cannot let the unknown have such a great hold on us. So, graduates of 2019, in these coming months and years, what is it that we are going to let define our lives? Crippling fear or bold love? Thank you, and congratulations, Boise State graduates.
Great job, Madeline. Thanks so much. Okay, graduates, we're now at the focal point of the ceremony, the conferring of degrees and certificates. All in all, we have 2,633 students eligible for graduation today, qualifying for 3,049 degrees and certificates. 868 of those students are completing their programs with honors, 74 summa cum laude, 304 magna cum laude, and 490 cum laude. Provost Rourke, will you please present the candidates for degrees earned?
I, too, extend my congratulations and best wishes to the graduates. It's my pleasure to present the candidates who have met the degree requirements and who have been recommended by the faculty for graduation. Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? Will the candidates for education specialist please rise? Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise? Will the candidates for graduation with baccalaureate degrees please rise? Will the candidates for associate's degrees please rise? President Schimpf.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Boise State University, and upon the recommendation of the deans and the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate doctoral, specialist, bachelor's, master's, bachelor's, and associate degrees with all the rights and privileges thereto.
It is now time to begin the individual recognition of each graduate in the order of degree and by college noted in your program. Names will be read by Ann Price, Lecturer, Theater Arts; Dr. Richard Clouch, Department Head, Theater Arts; Dr. Gordon Reinhardt, Professor, Theater Arts; and Dr. Heidi Reeder, Director of Leadership and Human Relations in the College of Innovation and Design. Mr. President, I present the candidates for doctoral degrees. Will the doctoral candidates and their faculty advisors please come forward?
Doctor of Education in Educational Technology, Gina Renee Kronk, hooded by Dr. Ross Perkins and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Educational Technology, Darren Michael Gray, hooded by Dr. Jesus Tres Palacios and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Educational Technology, Allison Barsnicka Hall, hooded by Dr. Jesus Tres Palacios and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Educational Technology, Anthony Ray Hetrick, hooded by Dr. Ross Perkins and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Educational Technology, Mary Alice Hudson, hooded by Dr. Young Kyung Beck and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, Mari Rice, hooded by Dr. Sarah Haganaw and Dean Richard Osgathorpe.
Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, in Educational Technology, Shannon Renee Skelcher, hooded by Dr. Dazi Young and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, April Denise Johnston Watts, hooded by Dr. Diana Dumas and Dean Richard Osgathorpe. Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, Robin Traylor, hooded by Dr. Matthew Cohn and Interim Dean Leslie Durham. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Administration, Cameron Ariel, hooded by Dr. Gregory Hill and Dean Corey Cook. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration and Public Policy and Administration, Selena Marie Grace, hooded by Dr. Stephanie Witt and Dean Corey Cook. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Administration, Joel Valette. Hooded by Dr. Gregory Hill and Dean Corey Cook.
A doctoral degree constitutes the highest achievement that a student can attain in the academic world. And thus, while the degree symbolizes the culmination of an individual's life as a student, it does not mean the end of learning. To the contrary, one who receives a doctoral degree bears a special responsibility to cultivate and to share learning through one's chosen field of endeavor. I congratulate you on earning a doctoral degree and charge you to honor the special responsibility that this highest degree entails. The graduates may be seated. I now ask that Dr. Tammy Vakahazi, Dean of the Graduate College, and Dr. Scott Lowe, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the master's degree graduates. Will the graduates receiving a master's degree please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Corey Tomlinson Nordby.
Mariah Hawes.
Troy K. Kemp.
Rebecca Michelle Newcomb Davis.
Jamie Marie Veriel.
Rebecca Lee Matucci.
Allison Barcelona.
Naomi Wolf James.
McCall Gardner.
Stacy Louise Zabensky.
Gina Robeson.
Michael Anthony Zabensky.
Amber McVeigh.
David Reinhardt.
Darcy Marie Schauberg.
William Brulat.
Jennifer Nicole Cruz Savlan.
Robert Ditch.
Brian DeFerris.
Wade Wesley Wilson.
Samantha Carol-Ann Fritz.
Danielle Jackson Andrus.
Zachary Thomas Porter.
Amber Marie Irvine.
Donica Elise Hare.
Brianna Michelle Dill Glassy.
Trevor Wade Holliday.
Victoria Lynn Fates.
Haley Marie Noble.
Jeanette Lynn Petty.
Marnie Nicole.
Amy Ann Falk.
Jennifer Ann Tucker.
Carla Susie Allred.
Jason Mark Robert Lowry.
Michael McKee Green Jr.
Kayla Hubbard.
Melissa Sue Brown.
Heather Hejung Lee.
Sarah Catherine Alvick.
Robin Michelle Betcher.
David McCarricker.
Tiffany Diane Long.
Saren Kwan.
Nicole Amber Thompson.
Timothy Sawyer Sexton.
Jill Aldrich.
Yonsu Park.
Jasmine Annette Platt.
Mary Jo Lewis.
Luke Robert Yates.
Molly Cassandra Anderson.
Taylor Nicole Kennemore.
Kimberly Marie Nagel.
Michelle Marie Jimenez.
Tenley Gagne Lutz.
Haley Claire Dugan.
Maya Elry Hofstetter.
Sarah Collins.
Allison Gonzalez.
Paola Andrea Hoya.
Leah Sose.
Benjamin Paul Comer.
Claire Marie Hooper.
Corinne Michelle Pecunia.
Acacia S. Johnson.
Kristen Renee Nojeski.
Abigail Lee Lacey.
Brittany Brady.
Courtney McCann.
Jennifer Curdy.
Caitlin Jean Hughes.
Joseph William Kloppenberg.
Brett Mizuta.
Bo W. Dahlgren.
Melissa Lee Stoddard.
Nicole Marie Carapino.
Zaywan Zhang.
Nicole Delabauma.
Molly K. Kim.
Cameron K. Eck.
Benjamin Tyler Perry.
Matea Fatima Schindel.
Teresa Leona Stein.
Daniel Lawrence Gold.
Angela H. Sampson Jancourt.
Caitlin Ann Taylor.
Heather Hetker.
Douglas Scott Hansen Jr.
Brenda Henrietta German.
Brandon Charles Capps.
Brittany Marie O'Mara.
Sherry Elizabeth Cook.
Tracy L. Bringhurst.
Christy Dawn King.
Tyler Ann Salinas.
Jessica Dexter.
Jessica Monique Avitia.
Natalie Diane Newell.
Antonia Eloise Exline.
Kyle Dean Nelson.
Matthew Theodore Reiber.
Cassie Leah Moore.
Ali Willits.
April M. Arbon.
Amy Elizabeth McKenzie.
Gregory Joseph Tovey.
Alicia Garber.
Jenny Incelli.
Brandon W. Dahl.
Chaz Marie Johnson.
Catherine Martha Omerchevich.
Jennifer Abby Waddell.
Dixie Hamp Siegmiller.
David John Melville.
Faith Shalise Snyder.
Suzanne Renee Eckert.
Hillary Atkinson Harm.
Wendy Palmerton.
Ryan Scott Clinton.
Emily Susan Bain Bowles.
Tara Lee Tolzin DiVittorio.
Jody Colleen Farnsworth.
Carrie Allison Zamora.
Patrick Kyle Schwartz.
Jeanette Romo.
Miles Sean Millard.
Luis Roberto Aguilar Oviedo.
Melissa Ray Roberts.
Carlos Felipe de Jesus Acevedo.
Jason Yosto Kuwata.
Norma Martinez.
Skylar Ray Wixom.
Corina Sanchez.
Hannah Catherine Goldie.
Karen Lung.
Samuel Anyaso Samuel.
Nicole Bernert.
Mitchell Gaines Schofield.
Kayla Downs.
Antonia Joy Bates.
Anthony Gary Ames.
Amanda Ann Farmer.
Katarina Lynn Schweitzer.
Kelly Lynn Ayers.
Elizabeth Hyde.
William D. Ayers.
Nadine Stringham.
Andrew David Forbes. Amber Bigelow.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Leslie Durham, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. Doug Bullock, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences? Will the graduates receiving degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Brandon Tyler Binky.
Kathleen Francis Williams.
William Terry Hefner.
Ali Mohammed Alhal Sr.
Aaron Michael Asaro.
Judy Lynn Bates.
Amelia Rose Haynes.
Emily Rose Garbonero.
Isaiah Schmitz.
Rosabella Loera.
Jacob Allen Eldfrick.
Karina Garcia.
Madison Jordan Groom.
Gage L. Hansen.
Jennifer Jean Adams.
Marissa Streeter.
Lillian Marie Walker.
Cade Everett Young.
Catherine Valinsky Kappelman.
Hillary Colton.
Dakota Riley Seal.
Forrest Lee Gerlach.
Amanda K. Bonney.
Leanne Rebecca Collins.
Samantha Ray Johnson.
Victoria Whitney Ward.
Bryson David Palmer Gray.
Ismina Goyagos.
Michael Peter Van Rye.
Haley Lynn Slate.
Matthew Justice Musser.
Robin Soroyan.
Jordan Michael Wickless.
Adelie Collin Sparks.
Akioni Deleon Guerrero Babuta.
Jacqueline Gibson.
Rebecca Richardson.
Samantha Nicole Cicero.
Madeline Lively Fluharty.
Cody Christine Evans.
Paula Ann Humans.
Gabrielle Jane Earl.
McKenna K. Mavity.
Anne Boot,
Allison Marie Termath,
Madeline A. Squires,
Jamie Hannah Greco,
Brooke Lauren Sutton,
Chris J. Cecil,
Plessy Lee Crochet,
Colton Lorray Gammy,
Thomas Castor Idueta,
Sarah Dawn Moore,
George Evans,
Noel Isho,
Emily Elaine Thorson,
Carly Ann Birdie Becker,
Brogan Shigale Andrews,
Jared William Anderson,
Sydney Marie Queetsy,
Austin J. Severia,
Catherine Page Case,
Shante Monique Bernal,
Noelle Christina Joyensen,
Megan Lynn Schusler,
Carly Marie Bayetta,
Timothy Christensen Tupper,
Connor Jackson Seavey,
Troy David Salisbury,
Cora Io Nomad,
Spencer W. Halverson,
Brittany Nicole Love,
Natalie Lena Eli,
Brene Veronica Holiday,
Kayla Rai Law,
Catherine A. Fessenden Lavala,
Yvonne Almeda Ann Ugati,
Deborah Chavez Bryanton,
Josiah L. Duff,
Kristen Marie Morinson,
Pania Nicole Tukachenka,
William Wayne Clark,
William Henry Schaefer Coffey,
Autumn Rose Venziano,
Kepa Baum Totorica,
Catherine Barron Hunter,
Gretchen Garner,
Timothy Matthew Balzan,
Robin Denise Saragoza,
Alexandria K. Balzan,
Catherine Diane Brishu Jones,
Jordan Shea Williams,
Kenneth Spencer Pulliam,
Geraldine Pedraza Crispin,
Ryan Kaylin Royce,
Bradley James Lopes,
Anthony Panetta,
Zoe Christina Anderson,
Alyssa M. Grock,
Elena Paz Munoz,
Jordan Kathleen Boyd,
McKenna Zolomeyer,
Jenna Maria Orozco,
Anthony Alexander Upshaw,
Abigail L. Sabin,
Tyler Richard Gilbert,
Jacob Todd Bernhardt,
Nicholas K. Lopez,
David Ray Davis,
Sarah Alley,
Andrew Dean Davis,
Merlin Bop Miangolo,
Jessica Barron,
Nathan A. Imani Glee,
Emma Louise Thompson,
Kim Farrar,
Mackenzie Welch,
Yum Mai,
Piper Sarah Fox,
Alexander Franklin Hancock,
Erin Lorene Hyatt,
Spencer R. Gelner,
Alyssa Francine Copper,
Macy Nicole Brock,
Kelly Marie Richards,
Tyson Martin Hardy,
Cherie Ann Montgomery,
Jeffrey Clark Nelson,
Whitney K. Crockett,
Jeremy Leyland,
Stuart M. Kunzelman,
Camille Wagstaff,
Colleen Marie Finley,
Sophia Vera Dawag Valdez,
Ada Judana Harris,
Amy Atendio Walsh,
Michelle Diane Porter,
Janelle Thacker,
David Thomas Wacker,
Lisa Sedona Childs,
Abril Anyaya Carmona,
Jeffrey Peter Hokinson,
Justin James Snyder,
Zane Hayes Hinley,
Shelby Amy Lane McIntyre,
Madeline Cherie Martinson,
Cameron Rose Alario,
Elizabeth Michelle Heller,
Lauren Virginia Abel,
Taylor Ann Glomboski,
Dominic Richard Winfrey,
Aaron R. Moore,
Alexandra Nicole Coper.
Madison Emily Chinnick.
Miles Wesley King.
Josephine Marlene Derrick.
Jessica Baird.
Leslie Ann Marks.
Stephanie Arlene Balmer.
Sierra Caitlin Cheshire.
Austin Porter Robichaud.
Faith A. Miklich.
Ashley Marie Kallenberger.
Braden James Crofts.
Catherine Mary Alex.
Devin Mark Gutierrez.
Catherine Claire Poggi.
Nicole Clizzy.
Kayla Kristen Howard.
Jennifer Thibodeau.
Kia Leanne Lowe.
Morgan Faith Shoup.
Karsten K. Wake.
Fancy Lee Flagel.
Taylor Ross Jordan.
Ariana Herrera.
Scott Stephen Schmader.
Colton James Young.
William Joseph Cole.
Adam Bradley Christensen.
Carissa Meyer.
Cassandra Nicole Presnall.
Aaron Hansen.
Abigail Florence Goet.
Joshua Bradley Crockett.
Jasmine Marie Brooks.
Lynn Fisher.
Caitlin Jeanette Ballinger.
Caitlin Alexandra Kennedy.
Kimberly Lynn Thornton.
Katie M. Bartlett.
Heather Nicole Mellis.
Lillian Lois Montague.
Hallie Morgan Lister.
Lydia Hope Montague.
Brent Nelson Clark.
Madison Ellen Dugdale.
Alejandra Natalie Del Toro.
Rebecca Ann Schneider.
Madison Jane Versham.
Natasha Marie Goldsberry.
Audrey Kathleen Walsh.
Anna Marie Boyd.
Gates Lorraine Marquez.
Brianna Lindsay Crook.
Alexandra Nicole Taylor.
Connor Thomas Reichenbach.
Chelsea Pearson.
Lainey Marie Shanoski.
Douglas James Mason.
Samuel Theodore Grossklaus.
Alexis Rodal Kubius.
Michaela Ray Johnson.
John Dwayne Tyshirt.
Mitchell Shan Clement.
Kendra E. Gideson.
Rachel Michelle Van Slyke.
Mackenzie Joe Higginbotham.
Jenna Elise Nathan.
Jeffrey Lee Jackson.
Mackenzie Kathleen Weigline.
Michael Angel Gayton.
Jeremy Self.
Lindsay M. Bilo.
Michael Kenneth Shaver.
Christine R. Nowak.
Daniel R. Prather.
Kendra Noel Madera.
Nicole Francis Reese.
Maureen Fanny Salome.
Lisa Catalina Jackson.
Jacob W. Roby.
Donera M. Owen.
Rafael Jaime Gomez.
Katie Justin Swank.
Dylan Travis Bartakovsky.
Rayleigh Prescott.
Sherlindria Overstreet.
Sunshine Lee Drennan.
Michelle Juarez.
Aleda Luna.
Elizabeth Kathleen Mabbott.
Patrick Kitambo Wangoy.
Duncan Henry Robertson.
Abigail Rose Goodman.
Riston Zubiate Ramirez.
Joshua Harrison Semko.
Benjamin Robert Kaiser.
Shay Robert Golub.
Jillian Christine Feiss.
John Sean Francis Martin Jr.
Madeline Sophia Martin.
Camille Sophia Jordan Pointer.
Rachel Estelle Company.
Megan Rose Hawley.
Elena Elizabeth Castle.
Medina R. Hojanzi Yozuva.
Crystal Vanessa Campa.
Alyssa Bayon Miller Buck.
Cindy de Guzman Benavente.
Sierra Catherine Wells.
Hazil Maldonado.
Malena Ruth Darden.
Brittany Shea Seibold.
Rebecca Ballou.
Karen Suzanne Perkins.
Erin Denise Robertson.
Caitlin Ryan Moyle.
Lillian Carmela Cates.
Cecilia A. Staggs.
Chelsea Aaron Fuller.
Carly Pauline Davis.
Katie Scarlett Evans.
Kiera Hansen.
Kalila Marie Simon.
Justin Lee Gokenauer.
Megan Gary,
Ayn Tam Da.
Patty Lee Schrader,
Alexis Arisa Molina.
Marianne Fernandez,
Haley Danielle Byers.
Angela Lamb,
Bradley Bishop Peterson.
Kirsten Bradney,
Paige Elena Jones.
Neelam Nikunj Patel,
Bryant I. Hay.
J. Dylan Schofield,
Anthony Luis Riestra.
Carrie Ellen Pearson,
Emma Diane McCabe.
Oksana Larson,
Amelia Eve Kiley.
Jackson Elaine Schumacher,
Jeffrey Thomas Cates.
James Cowdrey,
Michelle Fretwell.
Erica Matos Geddes Correa,
Ruth Ann M. Hatchett.
Molly Reed Schmidt,
Connor J. Bergen.
Randy Michelle Arnott,
Araceli Corneo.
Mason W. Seeberger,
Evan James Heinman.
Daniel R. Saline,
Erica Garza.
Allegra Weeks,
Caitlin M. Skinner.
Brittany Genevieve Bishop,
Charles Todd Joseph Martin.
Jonathan Eric Mansfield,
Elizabeth Marie Rivera.
Caitlin Marie Taylor,
Grace Eden Lytle.
Lemuel Elisab Saputra,
Dylan K. Pfaffenberger.
Melissa S. Anderson,
Ray W. Mullins III.
Savannah Marie Reynolds,
Joey Keith Oles.
Kyla Relissa Jackson,
Cammie Dunham.
Madison Marie Paulson,
Amanda Christine Marischal Hildebrandt.
Angel Koyuyung,
Michael Glenn Mooney.
Deanna Stepanova,
Frederick James Green.
Cassidy Michael Davis,
Addison Kyle Weaver.
Alonzo N. Manzanares,
Nicholas Roy Plaskett.
Zachary Franklin Cox,
Valerie N. Jenkins.
Michael A. Cleverton,
Martina Maria McAllister.
Avery Faith Hawks,
Jamie Rickle Ason.
Brianna Page Burgess,
Eric Richard Damon Scanlon.
Philip Daniel Davis,
Mary Delaney Zimmerman.
Anne Marie Albertson,
Jordan Kendall Katowski.
Caitlin Ann Austin,
Brooks Andrew Garner.
Morgan Edwin McCollum,
Lindsay Stroud.
Natasha A. Williams,
Viviana Arellano.
Courtney Elizabeth Guerrero,
Leland Shannon Stewart.
Melissa Jelaine Martinez,
Tat Sang Wong.
Darby Danielle Scrimshire,
Carlos Munoz.
Bridget Del Irish,
Hartvig Bondo.
Sierra Nicole Osborne,
Dustin Dale Shaw.
Marissa Rita Smith,
Whitney Marie Grimmett.
Isabella Elise Colson,
Tara Lillian Bingham.
Daniela Victorita Hefner,
Kaylee Elizabeth Marino.
Maria Esther Paleo,
Caitlin Sarah Elmenhurst.
Kaylin Diane Stocks,
Amelia Genovese Cañas.
Adriana Irene Cole,
Lauren Michaela Lundy Mallet.
Isaiah Lee Moore,
Kobe Wynn Carlson.
Michael Anthony Metham,
Kylene Marie Wren.
Philip Anthony Fletcher,
Ashley Christine Shell.
Jenny Prado,
Mackenzie Dixon.
Gabriella Giorgiani,
Molly Bria.
Taylor Brianne Vandemark Tolley,
Karma Jade Underwood.
Haley Sue Schlager,
Rebecca Violet Gunderson.
Julianne Meikle,
Mitzi Ali Luna Ceballos.
Natalia Carolina Catalina Rojas,
Victor Joel Barrios Cortez.
Dolly May Elizabeth Osorio,
Evelyn Beltran.
Ali Wells,
Joshua Alexander Wilson.
Matthew Walton,
Courtney J. Rundhaug.
Gabriel Allen Neef,
Robin Diane Charlesworth.
Christopher Tyler Maruska,
Leslie Marie Anderson.
Cole Patrick Hill Danzy,
Chad Palmier,
Ryan Sterling Price,
Kelsey Marlena,
Katarina Nicole Myers,
Tyree A. Yaden,
Amy Elizabeth Windmiller,
Rachel Marie Album Ronick,
Alexis Rose Constantine,
Shannon Taylor Park,
Kyle Blake Babin,
Morgan Elizabeth Wolf,
Dominic C. Fear Gottschall,
Eileen Celeste Medrano,
Ashley Lane Young,
Maxwell James Fallery,
Jordan Haley Parks,
Jess Lee Marconi,
Alyssa Danae Perk,
Trevor Edward Wise,
Sarah Beth Peterson,
Megan Catherine Mallon,
Madeline Annette Elaine Gressick,
Joseph Timothy Goody,
Brianna Ray Thomas,
Ashley Herman,
Zachary James Roy,
Abigail Cortez Leroy,
Elizabeth T. Leung,
Amber E. Stefan,
Jolie Whitson,
Ashley Bird,
Stephanie Therese Capps,
Alyssa Lynn Morris,
Heather Kimbrell Riniker,
Christine Ann Dibble,
Jamie Ann Stevens,
Jennifer Rachel McKnight,
Michael Charles Porter,
Susanna Page Heist,
Robert Randolph Scoville II,
Mia Martinez,
Olivia Chopek,
Maria Emily Ada Tenorio,
Kimberly Louise Hoffman,
Ha Kang Luang,
Sarah Ellen Cooper,
Lynette Ann Hanks,
Amy Ma,
Kristen Marie Wellborn,
Morgan Riley Hughes,
Clara Lorena Ortiz,
Sabrin Amanda Roberts,
Ariel Danielle Garris,
Jade Christopher,
Abigail Reed Sigaly,
Joyce Renee Harrell,
Wyatt Coleman Suppy,
Marika Vandershoff,
Ryan Kamakoelani Smith,
Kylie Elizabeth Rubel,
Michaela Warner,
Aaron Matthew Trimmel,
Rachel Marie Holliday,
Nico Soleil Piper,
Taylor McKenna Espasandin,
Daniela Morelos,
Cheyenne Sheikh,
Alexander James Gorley,
Jonah Michael Leisure,
Jennifer Michelle Cuthbertson,
Elizabeth Patricia Sir,
Jovan Hutchinson,
Alexander George Banyavong,
Joseph John Corsentino,
Maria Burton Conti,
Laura Beth McSherry,
Megan Malms,
Antonio Y. Garcia,
Hunter Kenyon,
Ryan Michael Porter,
Jordan Parker Erb,
Alicia M. Smith,
Blake Michael Simony,
Georgia Renee Watson,
Ruben Chervik,
Matthew Lisinski,
Stephen Holman,
Jacqueline Guzman,
Mason Lane Schaff,
Elizabeth Lynn Cararubias,
Whitney King,
Autumn Christ,
Morgan Elizabeth Fuller,
Derek Lee Harris,
Jess Cosmos Parmenter,
Tamalaku Pei,
Sierra Maya Abeyera,
Ryder Jeffrey Reinsch,
Archie Lee Keaton III,
William Chin,
Ava Maria Canneberger,
Mackenzie Ray Quest,
Kelly Lynn Crisco,
Jessica Mary Stiles,
Amber Christine Schultz,
Brittany Monove Yan,
Brittany Dublin Calloway,
Amy S. Aiello,
McKenna Lynn Strolberg,
Megan A. McAllister,
Caitlin McCarroll,
Logan James Oust,
Chad L. Church,
Leighton Scott Hendricks,
Stephen Ridgway Deer,
Abe D. Copeland,
Noah Shayevich,
William Cody Sauer,
Hannah Rose Holt,
Madison Cheyenne Prater,
Samantha Goodman,
Janice Lynn Witherspoon,
Madeline Adele DeZordo,
Samantha Ann Haskell,
Nicole Lynn Dunn,
Ariana Joy Watson,
Lauren Nicole Dolan,
Aaron Den Price,
Shayla Catherine Johnson,
Edward Pettinger,
Claire Ella Britton,
Cody Jacob Shoemaker,
Chase Marlene Goris,
Jeremiah Robert Gookin,
Alina Faith Anderson.
Hannah Zoe Tiber.
Adrian Thompson Kerr.
Diana Joy Costanzo.
Megan Marie Hearn.
Earl Warren Fisher Adsley.
Samuel Manley Jackson.
Lawrence Alex Iadoko.
Ryan Morin.
Tyler David Schmidt.
Emma M. Lorvik.
Audra Elizabeth Bell.
Allison Ivy Doyle.
Jason G. Hampshire.
Melissa Marie Nitzkowski.
Erica Copus.
Marie Maisel Gentle.
Kyle Smith.
Daniel Duncan Hopkins.
Sophia Ann Maupin.
Connor John Finn.
Samantha Jean Ulf.
Olivia Carolyn Stans.
Ellie Carolyn Saunders.
Conrad Jerry Farrow.
Natalia Charlotte Niehaus.
Jessica Lauren Vermele.
Crystal Lucia Andrade.
Amber Marion Reynolds Smith.
Sierra Michelle Rose Sensuosho.
Mackenzie N. Jackson.
Mason Taylor Wainia.
Mari Hoskins.
Kaylee Nicole Spears. Brooke Merkel Dolacek.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Richard Osgathorpe, Dean of the College of Education, and Dr. Jennifer Snow, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Education. Will the graduates receiving degrees from the College of Education please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Morgan Sue Marshall.
Jessica Yolanda Garcia Gonzalez.
Aline R. Kilpatrick.
Michelle Lee Lehman.
Stacy Elizabeth Morashay.
Amanda Quinn Bergstrom.
Hannah Marie Leisnick.
Michelle Elise Reed.
Amanda Hobb.
Shannon Maureen Thomas.
Kylie Ray Fiskus.
Samantha Zalit Brown.
Megan Maria Reddy.
Eula Joe Stimson.
Carissa Weinstein.
JC Jonice LeBlay.
Jordan Lee Miller.
Kendall Marie Marzot.
Bailey Hope Labanowski.
Sydney Jean Lampe.
Caitlin Miranda Biggs.
Elise Marie Rogers.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Fortino.
Bailey Elise Chilies.
Gabriella Sturge.
Margaret Elizabeth Beckett.
Marina Prince Pineda.
Marissa Ann Roberts.
Marcus Oliver Ross.
Stephanie Massey Kirsch.
Caitlin Kelly Spencer.
Sydney Ann Scott.
Katie Ann Downs.
Tatiana Tracy.
Leanne Marie Morrison.
Brittany Nicole Ziegler.
Jasmine Nicole King.
Gary Dennis Johnson.
Lauren Patricia Clifford.
Alethea F. Rice.
Kristen Brianna Noble.
Sarah Lillian Lenda.
Haley Alexis Sanders.
Megan Lowe.
Holly Priest Pickard. Ashley Madison Looney. Delia Orellana. Jerica Jo Ball.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Corey Cook, Dean of the School of Public Service, and Dr. Andrew Giacomazzi, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the School of Public Service? Will the graduates receiving degrees from the School of Public Service please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Brandon Bates.
Cordelia Martinez.
Sydney Lynn Skidmore.
Jasmine Hill.
Bryce Alexander Allen.
Alexandra Marie Coleman.
Miranda Lynn Thompson.
Hunter Kalina Garcia.
Taylor N. Rush.
Olivia Christine Colville.
Amber Wong.
Erin Elizabeth Queed.
Hadley Olivia Hobbs.
Melissa Renee Procyse.
Janita Spiodich.
Haley Renee Vicalter.
Katie Kelshaw.
Marinda Karen Holler.
Damian Thomas Wright.
Haley Cheyenne Hale.
Ana De Leon Guerrero Babota.
Tati J. Rodriguez.
Ryan Andrew Lawrence.
Sarah Valentina Lames.
Steve Frederick Resch III.
Emily Anglin.
Justin Takashi Doi.
Ashley Lynn Stillwell.
Haley Harvey.
Peter Nicholas Stanton.
Keith Ellis Hilliard.
McKenna Nicole Ratcliffe.
Jesse Ann Eckmark.
Samantha Marie Lewis.
Sabrina Rosemary Howard.
Shelby Lynn Wood.
Abigail Jane Saylor.
Grace Ellen Hansen.
Erin Joanne Harani.
Brandon Scott Barner.
Michaela Beth Farthing.
Lauren Jessica Howard.
Bailey Wallace.
Michael Scott Raidman.
Kaylin Hooper.
Zebulon Ellis Moores.
Mackenzie J. Boudreau.
Amy Lynn Kreutz.
Emmett John Mulcahy Poole.
Lindsay Marie Kemp.
Jeremy Falk Burson.
Chandler Norman Kraft.
Andrew Clay Gleaton.
Marissa Lee Terry.
Kennedy Taylor Gelnet.
Bryler Dawn Reed.
Hunter A. Young.
Kennedy Marcia Pendle.
Sydney Noel Carrara.
Matthew Scott Goosens.
Elizabeth Sorensen.
Forrester Nelson Mitchell.
Allison Marie Dome.
Jean DuPont Volk.
Mark Johnson.
Kylie Jean Turner.
Marissa Ruth Armendariz.
Julia Mary Donegan.
Marissa Grace Spencer.
Andrew Michael Davey.
Caitlin Nicole Rogers.
Jenna Kathleen Shaw.
Jamie Torres.
Adrienne Miller Weatherly.
Bonnie Denise Feldman Ursland.
Bradley Charles Thompson.
Sarah Elizabeth Emmons.
Connor Carl Suggs.
Mackenzie Ann Wachhold.
Matthew R. Higginson.
Megan Elizabeth Orozco.
Dallas Marie Ellis.
Megan Catherine Bourne.
Mary E. Tambini.
Kaylin Marie Birch.
Addison Olivia Standley.
Adam Thomas Anderson.
Trevor James Stranger.
Gregory Wallingford.
Julio Contreras Jr.
Victoria Sage Peterson.
Byron Scott Fernie.
Caitlin Jean Denny.
Brett Harrison Jones.
John Corey Reese.
Kaylee Crystal Nemeth.
Brenton T. Hack.
Madison Mensching.
Ezekiel Rodriguez.
Wendy L. Cibrian.
Jacob Thomas Mansour.
Emily G. Garcia.
Spencer Allen Winningham.
Brady L. Hodgins.
Alyssa Cruz.
Ashanti Shade Coleman.
Asensio Flores.
Robert McCall Burns.
Hannah Michaela Schlangen.
Benjamin Joseph Little.
Michael Lee Garrett.
Andrew Stephen Castro.
Stephen Thomas Mullins.
Jazz Alexis.
Madison Cox.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated.
Okay. Graduates, you've played a critical role in the life of this university. You attended Boise State in a dynamic and transformational period in our history. As increasing numbers of students from Idaho and beyond come to Boise State, campus life is enriched immeasurably, adding to the chemistry that turns a university campus into a living and learning community. Never forget the role that each and every one of you have played in building the Boise State of today and in contributing to the quality and the value of the Boise State degree. Indeed, your role will be recognized as one of the building blocks that empowered Boise State to serve a stronger Idaho, to build our state and regional economy, and to improve the civic fabric of this very special place we call home. You're graduating at a time described by Thomas Friedman, the New York Times columnist, as the age of acceleration, where change is occurring so rapidly in the workplace and in our society that the education we validate for you today may very well need reinforcement and enhancement as the years go by. And so I hope, we all hope, that as you take each new step in your career, that you'll consider the Boise State Alumni Association to be of service to you, whether it's mentoring, career advice, counseling on educational opportunities beyond the degree you earn today. We invite you to become a member and join the thousands of fellow graduates who've elected to remain connected and who are committed to leaving a legacy imprint that will serve future generations of Broncos. And to demonstrate the growing influence of our alumni community, we ask that all Boise State alumni in the audience today please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Well, graduates, in a moment, the Boise State University faculty will recognize you with our traditional honors march. Led by Dr. Martin Orr, President of the Faculty Senate, our faculty will applaud you for your hard work and dedication as a way of wishing you all the very best as you step into the next phase of your lives. After the ceremony, please join us at the college receptions located on the intramural field behind the Student Union building. And feel free to take part in our greatest favorite Bronco traditions, the family graduation photos in front of the B at the administration building. The closing music this afternoon will be performed by the Boise State Meister Singers, directed by Dr. Michael Porter. They will be performing Les Bois, Boise State's alma mater. Music by J.L. Strachan, arranged by Jared Colsorum, with words by H. Moore. So at this time, I ask you to please stand for the singing of the alma mater.
Boise State beautiful, Boise State wonderful, hear alma mater, the praise from our lips, shine from the strength of the Idaho forest, shine from the hills where the western sun dips. Bring us in honor to tasks of the future, help us in dignity forward to go. Shine in our hearts, alma mater beloved, cast thy warm light on the lives of us Boise State beautiful, Boise State wonderful. Hear alma mater, the praise from our lips. Shine from the strength of the Idaho forest. Shine from the hills where the western sun dips.
Thank you, Meister Singers. Okay, one more thing. Graduates who are receiving baccalaureate degrees or associate degrees, please signify in unison the completion of your graduation by moving your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side. Congratulations, graduates. Have a great summer.